guys, today I'm going to do my top 5 favorite pond fishing videos. Technically not my top 5, it's just going to be the ones that I rely on when the conditions are right for it. First off, I'm just going to go through and tell you just the name of it and what it is. Then I'll go through and tell you how I would rig it up and how I would fish it. We're going to start off with top water, a buzz bait, and a hollow belly frog. And then for like soft plastics, I'm gonna have to go with the Senko, a drop shot, and then if fishing's really tough and slow, I'll go with crawls, and then if fishing's really tough, I'll even throw on a jig. Don't know how well y'all can see that. But alright, now let's go into how I would rig it up. Start off with the easiest ones. The buzz bait, just tie it on, throw it out there, reel it in, that works. Or sometimes you can put like a little swim bait on the back of it to give it more lifelike. And then I will throw this like if the fish are kind of active and they keep busting the top. I'll throw this most of the time, just wind it back to me fast. And then to the frog. The frog is also, you just tie it on. You can walk it to you, but I would throw this on cloudy-ish days, early in the morning, in the evening. Throw this around grass, weed lines, any kind of structure that is in the pond. I'll throw this, walk it there, stop it, walk it there, stop it, walk it there, and usually they just hit it on the paws. Now to the Senko. The Senko, probably the best. Now for me, I would say the Senko is the best pond fishing bait, go-to bait ever. If fishing's tough, throw this. When I first get to a pond that I've never fished before, first thing I throw on is a Senko. You can't go wrong with a 5-inch Senko. Gary Yamamoto, Zoom, Big Bite, any kind of Senko really works. My favorite color to throw on this is green pumpkin, or green pumpkin with red or black flake. I like to do this on, I'll throw it weightless or I'll Texas rig it. Most of the time, if I'm throwing it weightless, it is Texas rig. But my one way I love to throw this is wacky rig, just so it goes down and like they usually hit it on that fall down because it just shimmies back and forth. But I'll throw this thing right here, any pond, around anything. If it's weedless, I'll throw it inside a brush pile and just twitch it up out of that. Grass, sometimes, believe it or not, if it's weedless, I'll throw it on top of grass that's got little holes, and I'll just reel it by, and when I get to that hole, just let it drop down in there, and then I'll flick it back up, let it drop, flick it back up, and then pull it on out of there. Second one, kind of a go-to, is the drop shot. I'm just going to explain right now how to when I would throw this, how I throw this, and then I will later on in the video I will go back and I will show you how I rig this on and what I throw it on. But this, if I'm fishing a ledge, if there's grass suspended in the water, I'll throw this so it's just like going above the grass without getting hung down in the bottom of the grass if I don't want to fish bottom. Rocks, I'll fish drop shot. Grass, I'll fish about brush pile. Basically anywhere in a pond I'll throw this, unless it's just like a whole bunch of gunk and grass and like mat areas, stuff like that. And now to one of my favorite ways of fishing, flipping and pitching. If I go up to a pond and it's got a lot of matted grass and everything and there's holes, I like to throw me on a crawl. My favorite color is a black crawl. This is a Gary Yamamoto. I believe it is black with red flake. And then my second one is green watermelon with blue flare tail. I'll throw these anywhere. If there's a brush, I'll throw it inside the brush. If there's matted grass, I will throw it in the matted grass. Like find a little hole, flip it high, let it shoot down in that hole, and just bob it inside that hole until something decides it wants to take off with it. Same way with this one. If fishing's slow, and I think they're out deep inside the grass, so I'll throw it out there and just rip it through the grass on the bottom, try to get a reaction strike out of that. And then last is the jig. When fishing is really, really tough and I just can't get them to bite top water, Senkos, drop shot, crawls, or anything like this. This isn't too much from a crawl, but it just gives it a little bit more action with these flares that's on it. I'll throw a jig. Now, I know I said brush with just about any of these, but a jig is where you want to throw it if there's brush. This jig, if you can't go wrong with a jig. Jigs are I call them if you get hit on it, you better be ready for a fight. If the fish is known, if that pond's known for big fish, this right here, it'll just give you a run. But I'll tie this on, put a little chunk trailer on the back of it. Just fish that's inside the brush piles, and inside. If I know there's a lot of weeds down there, I'll just throw it down there. Cause like when it's really weedy, like weeds, throw it down in there, and then this just come and it's totally weedless. I mean, but those are my top go-to baits that I fish in ponds. Now I'm gonna jump over, and then I'm gonna show you how I would rig up the Senko, how I would rig up the drop shot, these crawls. So starting off with Corey. Alright, to start things off with about the rigging, let's start with the Senko. This is a size 2 offset round band hook, and you want to do it just like your texture rigging, going through the top. Just push it on up there, then come out the side. I apologize, I don't know how well you can see it, but you want to take it all the way up and cover up the eye, and then you want to line it up. I like to line mine up like that so I can see where I need to insert the hook, and I just pop it through. And I like to skin hook mine so it's like that, so there's no hook showing. It's going down in there, it'll trickle down like that, and then when you twitch it, can't beat the action that a Senko puts in the pond. Alright, now to wacky rigging it, which is simple. This isn't the hook I would wacky rig it on, but all you want to do is find that middle. When you find that middle, you just stick it right in there. You throw it out there, you let it, this is the important part, when you let a Senko drop wacky style, you want to have slack in your line so it don't feel like it's moving, it's just falling down. And you'll be surprised at how much you get hit just on the drop down. Now to the drop shot. Alright, drop shot, but with the top waters and the Senkos, I throw the top waters I will throw on a high ratio wheel. And this right here, I refer to this as my drop shot rod and Senko rod. A drop shot is, you have your worm, and then about a foot down you have your weight. This allows, when you throw it down in there, this is on the bottom while you're jerking that, and this stays suspended above the grass line. The way I rig mine up, some people Some people use actual drop shot hooks, but sometimes I don't like using those because they can get tangled up if you're not high enough above the grass. So I'll also use a 2-aught offset round hook. For this, I'll Texas rig the worm onto here as if I was actually Texas rigging it on my line. Just like this. And so it's like that. So that's just going to fall behind it, and it's completely weedless like that. That's how I like to fish this. My favorite kind is a robo worm, purple. Works wonders on ledges, on drop offs in the ponds, and just about anywhere you want to fish it. Now to the crawls. Crawls is one of my favorite things to do because you can pitch them, flip them, and everything like that into matted grass. With these, because I am fishing ponds, so I don't want to go too big with the crawl or anything that I'm throwing. I will just feed it through the head, right there till it starts to bend. Then I'll flip it through, and I'll go all the way up, and then I'll cover that eye up. Then I'll just poke it through the bottom. And I don't like to skin hook these. I'll just put it right there at the surface where it's still weedless, so I can punch it through the matted grass and stuff. And you want to run a weight above that with the stopper right here, so weight don't go way up here. It stops right about there, about 2 inches away from the bait, so that it will dive through that matted grass. And then with the jig's very simple. If you just get like a trailer, or most of the time I like using crawls because it's more lifelike. You bite it off, then you just feed it onto the hook all the way. Move all the flares, and then boom, you're done with that one. You just throw that out there, and it trickles down. It just bounces off the bottom. I know this isn't the best quality video. It's probably way better out there that I know. But this is just my 5. It's different from everybody. This is my top pond baits that I like using. We're planning on getting out there on the water tomorrow, so we will have some fishing footage tomorrow for you. Hopefully, with all the storms that's coming through this whole week, the fish are active and wanting to bite. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it. Tell your friends to watch the videos. Maybe we can help get them into fishing if they're not into fishing. And just remember to keep fishing and keep your lines tight. And we'll see you next time with Bass in the Carolinas.